Hey guys, welcome to these tutorials that I'll be making for you as we go along through the semester. Each week I'll put out one of these videos showing you either, something like this where you have to download something or, you know, how I program the actual game, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I'm thinking of while I'm doing it, that kind of thing. Yeah, so let's just get started for this week, which was just setting everything up, and this is gonna call for like, three downloads or three main like, tasks, I guess. So the first task is to download Unity. Just go to unity.com/download and press download for Windows or download for Mac you know, if you have a Mac. There should be other platforms available too, but once that's done, you'll get Unity Hub, which is not Unity, but it's just this place where all your projects can be easily accessed, and it has some other stuff too. So what that's gonna look like is this. It has a projects tab, which you'll be first introduced to. You probably won't have these projects yet. We'll get to implementing or actually adding this to your own computer in this video, but a little later on. So just keep that out. Just keep that open for now. Oh, actually, one more thing. If you want to actually download Unity, go to the left bar that says installs right here, and then press install editor, the editors which we're actually going to be working in, and make sure to download this version right here, 2022 0.3.17 F1. So press install right here. Make sure it's that version since that's what we're going to be using. And yeah, just let that install in the background. It's going to take up like around maximum 10 gigabytes. So make sure you have space for that. All right, for the next thing you have to do, make a GitHub account. Now, it's just easy. It's any signing up action that you've ever done before. Just put your email address here and then just sign up. Pretty easy. But the important thing, why we're doing it, is so you can access my code that I will be uploading to GitHub, to what's called a repository, which is basically just the place I'm going to be uploading my code to. Now, there's a third thing that we have to do, and it's downloading GitHub Desktop. So once you sign up with GitHub, now download GitHub Desktop. It's basically going to connect Unity with GitHub on your computer to make it very easy to use. You don't have to stress out over how to like update and keep it updated. So just press download for Mac OS or Windows. Right now I'm on Mac OS, so that's probably why it says Mac OS, but whatever suits your current platform. And once you have that, I'll just open it, and then it should look not like this, but it's going to show you a couple things. One, to sign in, and two, it's going to ask you three things. If you want to, one, create a repository from scratch, or two, like I think add a repository or something, but three, make sure you click on the option that says clone a repository from online. And the reason why we're gonna do that is because we're gonna go to a repository that I've created over here. This is what's called a repository. As I said, it's gonna be where I upload all the code, and as you can see, there's some already test code stuff right here. This folder called Rat Platformer is the actual game, Unity game, that I've uploaded to this repository. So once again, when you're at the clone repository place, just go to the repository, copy the link from up here, or you can go to the green button code where it says clone. Just get this URL, press copy URL to clipboard, go back to GitHub Desktop, and then just paste it in to the URL tab, and then just press clone. So once that's done, you should be able to see this kind of layout where it says up top on the left it says Rat Platformer. The current branch, make sure to click on this and change to dev, and then you'll have these other buttons which I'll explain later. And you're gonna be wondering like how did I get this on my computer, just go to this add button right here. Just press it down, drop down, and press add project from disk. Now, when you do this, just go to where you saved the cloned repository on your computer. So I believe I saved mine on, yeah, on this, on documents. Let's go to GitHub, Rat Platformer. Now, the important part is that you don't click on this, but you go into the Rat Platformer repository folder and click on this, the capitalized version, because this is the actual project. So just press add project, and you should have it on your computer. So now you might be wondering like how this is actually going to work. So that's why I've set up another computer with that's supposed to emulate on what it's gonna look like on your side. So as I make changes to the actual project here on my computer, the computer that I will be working with on the actual project, I'll be uploading it to the repository, and then I'll show you the screen from my end, or what it's supposed to look like from your end, and then just show you how you can get the code that I upload to the repository. Okay, so here I have the repository open on GitHub, and I have Unity Hub open, and I have GitHub Desktop open. This is what your computer should more or less look like. You just have these three things open, and yeah, this is kind of what's supposed to be what's on your end. Alright, so the first thing you always want to do when you're going to want to update your own code is press this button right here, Fetch Origin. Now what this button is going to do is that it's going to fetch or just get the code from the repository, this repository, and then have it be updated on your Unity project. So I'll press Fetch Origin. Now you're going to see that it just says Fetch Origin again, which means that everything is updated on your end, so it didn't need to like fetch anything. But if it were going to be updated, then this would say pull origin, which just means that you're going to pull the code from the repository and put it on your computer. I'm going to switch over to the other computer and demonstrate a little situation. Okay, so now I'm on the computer that I'm going to be working on. So let's say I go to Unity. So this is the Rat Platformer project that we have open, or that I have open. And let's say I just make some change, right? I create an empty 2D object, like say a circle right here. Just do some random stuff with it. And that's the change I'm going to be making. And I'm going to save this out. And then on here, there's going to be a pop-up that's just going to say what changed in Unity. Now this is going to be what's going to look on my end. I'm going to show what it's going to look like on your end in a little bit, but I have to make the change first. So I'm just going to say change number 1, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to commit to dev, and I'm going to push this to the repository, making it actually change the code in the repository for you guys to pull, which I'll be showing how to do right now. Okay, so now that I've changed the code and uploaded it or made a change to the repository, this says 20 commits, and it's going to should update soon. And let's just test it out. Let's fetch origin, and it seems that it detects that change I made on the other computer, so I can pull origin, which basically is going to update the code on my end. So now, what should happen is that if I open this Rat Platformer project, alright, so a Unity has opened, and as you can see, there is that circle I made from before. Now, we just had to, as like a recap, we just had to fetch origin, and then, just wait for it, oh, and then if it says fetch origin, that means your game should be updated. If it's pull origin, it's not updated, so be sure to press pull origin, and it should just look like this, or it should have any updates I've made to it. And I think that's about it. I guess just as like a closing note, just remember to be on dev. If you see this little triangle up here or down here, it means that it just says that this commit will be misattributed. Just I think that's on me. I think you won't have that problem on your end if you do everything right, but if there is, it's probably nothing to worry about. Make sure that this current repository says Rat Platformer. Should have this, and I believe that should be it. Alright, see you guys next week.